recording. Yeah.
Yeehaw.
This is Curb Your Enthusiasm music. You recognize it?
It's cover.
Oh, you can't even hear it, can you?
I can't really hear it.
You know why? I didn't put it on the right setting. I'm sorry. We're gonna start over. Oh no! If I end it,
He wants you to really hear
I'll
this
edit it
song.
out. I'll edit it out. Let me. I got to turn on the. Fuck. Share screen. Entire screen. Sound.
Haven't you been doing this for over a year?
I think 3 years.
God damn it, Marv.
Oh, I've lost you guys.
He's a technical wizard.
Where the setting is gone. For all of us to be on the screen.
This is going to be very upsetting for the 5 people that listen to this.
5, I hope.
I've lost you guys.
There's
a setting I'm supposed to hit, and it's not there.
I called Marco Rubio a little Russian bitch on X, and I got a message from X saying that my
there it is.
My words were considered hateful, but I get more weirdo Nazi racist bullshit on there that I have to like filter out.
Yeah.
Oh, we're recording now. Here, I'll cut that part out.
I'll say thank you very much.
Oh, I missed the music. What little music? Come on.
Did you just start over?
We're starting now. I'll edit out we
still can't hear it though.
You can't hear it?
No.
What the fuck happened?
Why don't you just put the music in later?
It's still low.
It won't work later. I don't have that skill.
I hope we're recording. This is the funniest part. Our producer works for free, and he's not very good.
He's not very good.
Patrick sucks.
Is the music playing now?
Yep.
Yep, you're good.
Now we
that sounds exactly like Curb. Thank you. Now,
Yeah, I like that laugh. I got to get the picture straight now. Daggone it. What the fuck is going on with the system today?
Fucking Starlink. It's messing with your shit.
Something's wrong. Then one of the settings is missing. The one that has all 3 of the squares the same size. Of course, Chris is short has made his smaller on purpose because you're on your phone, I guess, right?
I mean, if I
there you go.
Oh, look at that.
Turn
you don't have to. You can be any size you want, Chris. Hey, everybody, unsuitable language number, because we don't keep track anymore. We're in the thousands. We have thousands.
Yeah,
we're number 1 in Amazon books, just so you guys know. Because everybody I know who puts a video on Amazon, it's the number 1.
I have no idea what that means.
Neither do I.
Have you ever, every time someone says, I just dropped my comedy special, and it's number 1 on Amazon, I'm like, yeah, okay, Amazon flowering section or something. It's a trick. See, what they do is they get all their friends to buy their thing pre-sale.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the day you release it, all those copies are sold that day. And since maybe only 10 copies of something sell a day, you become the number 1.
But that's not
advice.
That's not a trick. That's also, if you had a label, that's what your label would do for you. They would arrange pre-sales to make that happen.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was thinking, hey, that's.
I think it's fucking dishonest because it's not organic.
Well,
if you were number 1, you would just be number 1. People would just go find it.
That's why you're broadcasting from a protest.
We the people, motherfucker. See that? Resist fashion. There's my chair popping up in it.
Did you say resist fashion?
Yeah, I do that. You can tell I've done that. Go Cavs. Boy, are they a good team this year or what?
Yeah, they had a good comeback.
Hey, everybody, this isn't suitable language. We'll try it again. This is Chris Paugh, one of the
Hello.
greatest comedians in Cleveland history. He runs Roast Battle League, the International Roast Battle League, Spotlight on Tuesday nights, and we're going to talk about that more later. And the esteemed founder of the Cleveland Comedy Festival, John Wellington, everyone, John Wellington. And there's me. Sorry, I apologize.
Hellvan. You were on Hellvan. You've been doing comedy for 200 years now.
200. You know, I would sit down with George Washington and I said, George, do you think this is funny? He would go, my teeth hurt. Leave me alone.
I knew there was a teeth joke.
I got fake teeth.
Marv is the only comic in town that has the balls to still tell jokes about Bill Clinton.
A lot of people. I did not have sex relations with that woman, but that guy over there, he looks familiar. See, Bill Clinton was gay. No one knew it. Epstein knew it. Epstein got little boys for Bill Clinton, not little girls. So what's going on? Anything exciting?
Well, I guess we can start there, right? The Epstein files were not released.
They said that. I saw 5 influencers walk out.
They should stuff.
They walked out with their little folders saying, "Look, we got it, guys! We got it! We got everything!" Well, it's not. Look at that! I make it disappear.
That's exactly what they did. Redacted, 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 redacted. They're
That's
like,
it.
no, everywhere.
First you have them, then they're gone.
Did they just go through and black out Trump's name everywhere?
All it was the flight log.
It's there's a lot of blacked out pages.
And it's just the same shit we had in 2021.
They just released the flight log, right?
Yeah, that's all it was.
Do you think they would just use the same fake one from that's been, because there's one that's been on the internet that's like listed everybody from like Tom Hanks to, you know, every producer in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're writing their own Epstein files. They're just like hard at work creating the new drama.
That's what I mean. How can you trust anything that they put out? Like they're just gonna put people they hate on the pet. Like you can't believe a list of pedophiles.
Especially Kash Patel. Kash Patel is the most honest guy I've ever seen.
Right? They're like, oh, I didn't expect LeVar Burton to be on the Epstein files. Oh my goodness. Let's get that Reading Rainbow son of a bitch out of here.
Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
They're just
everybody they
be all, you know, everybody they want to get rid of.
Oh, look, what a coincidence. Liz Cheney's on the
right
on the Epstein flight log. Everybody that ever tried to prosecute Trump happens to be on the Epstein flight log. That's the real, to me, like that's the real menace of Elon Musk having access to what he has access to is like he can say anything about anyone he wants, and those people are going to believe it. Like, it doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't matter who it is. Anybody that just sends him a mean tweet at this point could find themselves on the other end of a probe.
I could get it. Can I get on the list if I send him a mean tweet?
Probably.
Because I've been looking for excuse where I was one day back in 2013. And my wife accused me of something else. And I can say, look, honey, I was on the Epstein flight. I wasn't where you thought I was.
You're going to use it for an alibi?
He was on, I saw a clip.
I don't think you ever want to use the alibi of like, no, honey, I was fucking a kid. I wasn't there.
I was fucking a kid.
I was in a different part of town.
Now both of us have said that on tape.
Yeah, that's a
it's
good. It's
gonna come back to I was fucking a kid. John isn't saying shit.
Yeah, I'd like the record to know. I tried to change the subject there about
No. She accused me of golfing one day when I was golfing. And I could say, no, honey, I was on the Epstein flight. Fucking kid.
Yeah, way better than golfing.
We were taking the kids fossil hunting, and so we used the plane.
I wasn't golfing. I was golfing on Epstein Island.
Right?
Well, I was supposed to be out getting Arby's, if you want to know the truth. So
I did get a hole-in-one, but it wasn't. It wasn't a golf.
No, people cheered.
It was a Honduran boy.
It was me, OJ, It was me, OJ, Weinstein, and this boy, and we all were on the Epstein flight.
Isn't that the old conspiracy theory always of like, well, Tupac's not dead. He's on an island with Kurt Cobain
and JFK Jr.
No,
yeah.
RFK Jr. was saying that those are the people that he used to hang out with.
And eat bears?
And he bragged about only using the Epstein plane like 4 times, and that was because he went fossil hunting with his family.
See, RFK Jr. is dumb enough to do what I was saying jokingly, use it as an outlet.
Right? He'll just
But
say
he
it.
actually did it.
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
I mean, it's tough because when that log does come out, you got to think that the guy Jeffrey Epstein is a guy who loved celebrities.
Yes.
Like he just loved hanging out with rich people too, and then you don't know if just because they went to a tropical island doesn't mean that they knew everything that was happening there.
Yeah, and was he a billionaire too? Did he
Yeah.
get $1 billion?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He was pretty rich.
Have you ever seen that guy smile? Like smile from ear to ear?
Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah. It's creepy.
When he was hanging in the cell, I think.
He was he was a billionaire, and one of his big things was like he thought that he should be procreating a lot. Like that he should be leaving like lots of people behind because of his superior genes.
Is there any other billionaire we know that's procreating a lot like that?
All of them. They all think that they have a superior seed that needs to be spread.
Like Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Is he at the 14 kids now?
I mean, even Trump's got 7 or 8 at this point. In there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then afterwards he just goes, "You just got musked," and then he's out.
Yeah. Yeah, he makes them. He doesn't do anything with them.
We should put that as a like the sports
$1
show,
billion.
You got mossed. We can go, you got musked, and just show a pregnant woman walking down the street.
He just comes on him as he goes by.
It's a real good catch, though. He reaches over the top to musk him. You got musked. That's a video we should make, John.
Yeah, they get a certificate.
Walk around getting videos of pregnant women and say, "You got musked."
And they get a certificate with $1 billion and the name of the kid. And it's kind of like, it's kind of like a pound puppy, You get the little package.
I don't think they get that much money.
Well,
my dog is. I got.
Unless they say something bad about him, just like Trump, and then they're, he exiles.
He comes in with a chainsaw and slashes their budget.
Dolly, why don't you come in here?
And then during the night, high on ketamine, he'll call him and say, "I'm so sorry, I'm a shitty dad.
Dolly,
I'm so sorry."
My dog won't come to me.
How's she doing, by the way?
She's a lot better. I got a 4-year-old rescue, and she was a mill puppy. So for the first few days, she didn't come out of her cage. So she comes out of the cage now, but she doesn't let me. So that's me. She's got to run to one particular spot, and that's where I can pick her up. It's kind of strange, but like she'll look at me and then run away and go to that spot, and that's where I can pick her up. So she's not on. She's here. I brought her downstairs. She doesn't go downstairs, and that's to protect her because instead of going down the stairs, she just fucking jumps.
With your
she's like committing suicide.
With that fake background thing you have, it looks like you keep reaching into a bag. Like you've got a dog in a big bag behind you.
I got a green screen, Chris. I'm high tech, bitch.
We got okay.
That guy's just taking your picture back there, son of a bitch.
Oh, I got my pictures taken a lot yesterday at the protest. Where were you guys?
I didn't know. You should have said so. I didn't know that there were protests.
Oh, would you have gone? Because it was fucking cold as fuck, and I hated it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the weather to break.
Democracy dies in the cold. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Unless
you've got ample hand warmers, and then
I didn't think it was that cold, but that wind started blowing, and my fingers. It was old men. You guys don't know yet, but our hands get cold first, and our feet. But my hands. This hand was all that. This hand needed something warm. I didn't have it. Haven't had it for a long time.
Well, you could easy way. You could have gotten arrested and your hands warm at the same time. You know that, right, Marv?
6 cruisers were there, man. 6 Lyndhurst cruisers sat, 2 in the Tesla parking lot, 2 across the street, and 2 were running up and down the road.
You could have just pulled it out and musked them all. You could have just musked them.
The protest, the people are protesting at Tesla
Yesterday in Lyndhurst.
dealers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know there was one. I mean, I assumed there's dealerships somewhere placed in Ohio, but I didn't know it was there.
Well, there's one in Akron, but it's not on a main road, so there's like, you're just going to be standing by yourself saying, "I hate Elon."
You got a special password to get into that one. It's like
It's
the password's Andrew Tate, and then you're allowed in.
How many people were there?
I would guess 60 or 70. Thousands of Trump gave me a count. It was like thousands.
Yeah.
Frankly, it was thousands of people.
It's too bad there's not just one Tesla dealership, because I think you can mount a much better protest.
It goes to the close one. But like, I would like to do it in Akron instead of driving to Lyndhurst, really. But ours is, it's behind a Chili's and a wing warehouse, and it used to be an old, what do you call those places where you donate your clothes? Not Goodwill. What's the other one?
Savers or something?
No, there's a.
So it was like a Goodwill place.
They used to.
Salvation Army?
Yeah, that's it. Across the wall from a Chinese, across the street from a Chinese buffet and a Home Depot. So wouldn't be very many people.
So anything else in that area I can go check out?
Yeah, there's a Golf Galaxy. There's a Dick's. There's Dick's. There used to be a movie theater there. Used to be a movie theater. There's what's that really shitty restaurant that if you go to at night, it'll take 3 hours to wait on you? Shit, I can't remember names.
TGI Fridays.
Is there a triangle of axis of evil restaurants and?
It's a shake shop, but it's not a shake shop. Steak and Shake.
Oh.
Don't go there at night. Don't fucking. They only put like 2 people working the whole thing at night.
Hey, John, couldn't you watch like an hour of Marv just trying to remember what used to be somewhere? Jesus Christ.
My memory.
And how it used to be good, but it's not good anymore.
Right.
Steak and Shake is okay in the daytime. But I used
back in Marv's day, he had to walk uphill both ways to get to a Steak and Shake.
Honestly, my favorite is listening to him talk about comedians. That is my favorite.
Oh, really? I don't remember their names. Is that what you're saying? You know, the guy with the joke about this. About his wife. About taking his wife. Liam Neeson. That's the guy.
Let's play a game. Let's see if you can name a comedian I'm describing.
Okay.
Dumb piece of shit that won't leave me alone. Can you guess?
Marty Drexler.
Yeah. That dude showed up on
he showed up? I ended up getting rid of him off my page.
He blocked me when I responded to him because he like sent me a private message and I cussed him out privately too. And then he blocked me. That's when he finally blocked me.
No, every time you mention one of these people, I have no idea who the hell you're talking
Marty
about.
Drexler is he was the guy that was on The View for one of the funniest teachers in America.
Okay. I think maybe you brought this up before.
He wrote a comedy book. God help us all.
Is he MAGA affiliated?
It's a bad book, but it was kind of, you could be a teacher and could write and still be a teacher.
Yeah.
He's and he's like ultra conservative Christian guy.
Yeah.
And,
I kind of have a theory about this, Chris. There's a direct correlation from MAGA to bad comedian.
Yeah. No, yeah, they all suck.
Very few break it. Very few break that correlation.
Yeah.
But Chris was talking to him about something. He said something about gays wanting to put their dick in his mouth or something, right, Chris?
Here's what I think happened. he commented on like you had posted something a while ago about how like somebody doing something homophobic. It was a something political, and he's like, he made the comment of like it would be fine if they didn't try to shove their lifestyle down my throat.
Like a
And I said,
rainbow of dick.
hey buddy, I can show you what it's like when when people in the LGBT community try to shove something down your fucking throat.
It's funny.
And ever since then, and he said something back, and I go, "Oh, we're not gonna fuck."
He seems like a nice fellow.
And he, I don't know, we went back and forth, and this was like early last year, right? Like, must have been March or April, somewhere in there, because 6 months later, I had been to Austin and everything, and I did this guy's podcast that's like, I don't know. I did a podcast in Austin, and Marty, when it posted to YouTube, Martin Drexler popped up and was like, "This guy sucks. He cussed me out for no reason." And I was like, I couldn't remember what I like, because it had been 6
That's
months.
like everybody that Chris talks to.
Yeah,
Wait,
it had been 6 months.
He's a Christian comedian?
Yeah. It had been 6 months in between those things. I didn't even remember what happened. Like, I was like, "Who are you?" like legitimately, I wasn't even trying to like.
And I had to,
sometimes.
I think I had deleted
sometimes
all the comments because it was causing too much shit on my page. I think I deleted it all.
You know how sometimes you act like you don't know who a comic is just to be mean?
No, I generally don't know some of these people. I've been out of the loop so long, but I get
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get you. No, yeah, I get it. I get it.
You're like, "Oh, who's that?" But you know, I genuinely had no idea. Like, I could not remember him at all.
I don't think he's ever been up to Cleveland.
Well, do you think that's also because you also have a lot of these interactions with people and you don't know whether or not they might necessarily be a comedian or not be a comedian?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair too. But yeah, I didn't remember him, and he's like, he cussed me out. He's an asshole. I was like, that sounds like me, but
Chris is like, you're also a raindrop in a lake. I argue with every fucking person.
Yeah, but it sparked up a whole other, and then like a few weeks later, I think it was on Marv's page again.
He gets upset about you all over again.
Yeah, and then he's commenting in all these different Facebook groups, like how
you banned him or something.
Yeah, I banned him from something. I could ban people from roast battle, but I don't. It's the only thing I have that I would even be able
Cleveland
to do
Comedy
that.
or something? You part of Cleveland Comedy or something? Or did Jeremy ban him?
No, Jeremy banned him because he was just being obnoxious. Like, he was using the page incorrectly.
Oh yeah, he always promotes when he gets on a show. He promotes it.
Yeah, it's not really to promote. Like, why would you promote to other comics? They get in for free. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't want to go.
But he got banned, and he blames Chris because
I know Jeremy.
Yeah, he blamed Chris, and he keeps coming on. You make a comment, you'll say like, "Hey, it was nice weather today." He goes, "Yeah, but Chris Paugh banned me from this page." You're like, "What?" And he goes, "He cussed me out." And
you're like,
my baby was aborted because
you have no idea who he is.
None.
And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? And he goes, "Chris Paugh banned me, and if I say anything, you're going to ban me from your page too." I said, "Well, eventually."
He probably feels
it's your page,
just like someone else he knows.
Huh?
Why are you persecuting him, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like Jesus. They're always such victims. These Christians. They're the victim in every situation.
And then he started saying shit to me. Oh, anybody ever cusses him out again, they're not going to get away with it. He's going to show them.
Oh.
And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't know what I said. Something like that.
Can I speak?
He goes, "Oh, now you cussed me out too." I said, "I'm fucking cussing you out." Yeah. Or something like, "Stop being such a fucking whiny bitch." That's what I said.
Can I speak directly to these people? I post dates and times of where I'm gonna be all the time.
Right?
That's
You have a
Let's
schedule sometimes.
fucking
that was like
go.
when the Carol Pennington people tried to all threaten to beat me up all the time. I said, "Well,
Oh.
I'll be here on Thursday night. Come on out.
Yeah.
And in
Get
fact,
people in the
after this
crowd at
show,
least.
we're
At
going to
least help my
promote a couple of the places where you're going to be.
yeah, get the crowd pumped up a little."
Yeah. That's when I was in, I can say this now because it's all over. When I was in custody court and stuff years ago, my ex-wife hired a private investigator, and I was like, "Here's my schedule." Like I just sent him all my comedy dates and shit. I was like, like you want to come and fucking watch me here? Let's
Yeah,
go.
I need the fans.
Will you video? If I get you a camera, will you video for me?
Yeah.
Hey, just buy a ticket, right? Just buy a ticket.
Yeah, you're not getting it
Here's
free, bitch.
the key is if you don't live your life like an asshole, you can let people walk up on you at any time and not catch you doing asshole shit.
Yeah, so years ago when I was on WCSB, there was like Jeremy Shear, you know how he does the night thing there?
I did that with him for years, yeah.
Yeah, so years ago when it first started, I was one of the ones that was in there, and we used to get death threats sometimes just from the random stuff we would talk. And we would just say, "Come on down, because I think you're lazy. I don't think you got it in you."
Yeah.
Hey, is Pecco Bob a real person? Do you guys know? Or is he somebody pretending to be a real person?
I think he's trying to do a character, but those are his real thoughts. Like he's not like he's really
So
that
it's not
guy,
Chris
but
Clem or somebody, is what I'm saying.
No. That's a guy. There's a Pecco Bob that's a guy.
Oh,
That is
okay.
him.
Because
Yeah.
I only keep him on my page because I think he's one of my friends, but I don't know who he is.
No, that's none of us. That's a real person.
Because
That's
he
a
says
radio
stupid shit
caller.
to me all the time, and I'm like, that's fucking idiotic.
Yeah, that guy's a moron. I blocked him a while back. Yeah, he calls into the radio station a lot.
Yeah, he sent me a clip of him on MMS. He's talking about he had toilet paper on the floor and he picked it up and put it in the toilet. I'm like,
Cool.
like what the fuck did you? Why is this on the
Awesome.
radio?
Captivating.
Because the radio made fun of him, like, oh, this guy's capable of getting the toilet paper in the toilet after he missed the first time.
Hey, can he wash his toothbrush too afterwards, or just throw it in the fucking cup?
He probably doesn't have a toothbrush.
Again, another person. We should play this game with me, comedian or regular person, because I have no idea who you're talking.
Yeah, you could pretty much name any comic that doesn't go to the open mics that you go to, huh? You could name half of them probably. You know who Marv Connor is, John? Ever heard of him? Marv Connor. Marv
Never
Connor,
heard of
You Too
him.
Dirty. You Too Dirty from Funny Stop Land. That's Marv. You
Wait,
Too
does he
Dirty.
do a Cialis joke?
No, he does a.
Oh,
He does a. What's the blue?
No, he does a lot of jokes about being an old moron.
oh yeah, I know that guy. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
bald.
I know
Yeah,
who
he's
you're
Viagra.
old,
He does a
bald.
Viagra joke. Remember?
Wait, does he do a lawyer bit?
Yes.
Okay,
He
I
does.
got who he is.
Backwoods
He
Southern
does
lawyer.
he does an hour on being an old bald doofus.
Actually, that's pretty popular now. I need to pick up on that. Having to get up and pee at night. That's a big thing. Okay, now let's get serious.
All right.
I was at the protest yesterday, and a Republican operative busted me. He came up. I said, "What? Are you a journalist?" And he goes, "George Soros is paying all you guys to do this shit." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you know, George Soros is basically ran the last White House for you." I said, "Whoa." I said, "Are you telling me you're against billionaires?" And he goes, he didn't know what to say because
Was he
everybody.
ice? Was he ice?
No, he just had a cheap phone too. That's always a
He wasn't
tell.
looking for Zorro.
Can we dissect the George Soros thing a little bit? Because,
Yes.
like you said, okay, he's a billionaire, and like this idea of him paying people to protest has been around forever, right?
Yes.
What
Why?
if what if what if instead of paying for protest, we put him in charge of everybody's money? Would that make more sense?
You know what we should start
And
doing?
their private information too.
Like, if that conspiracy theory exists because it's bad for billionaires to influence American politics,
We should just spend $100 and get a table near the protest and start giving away
Fake.
lib protesting starter kits courtesy of George Soros.
We should do that. Let's do that. Let's go to the
Just a
next
bunch of them.
protest. Put up the George Soros payment
We've
table.
got catchy slogans over here. You can write them. You got stencils. You got all your activities set. It's a big craft. You know, we can have a couple of tables.
A little Greek food out there.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Let's do that. George Soros.
You're right.
started-
Nobody. It's not like
protesting starter
these
kit.
people. That's like Johnson was on the other day. It was like those are plants. Those are all liberal plants. And then they had to remind him. By the way, you know, some of those Democrats are your constituents too. You fuckface.
Well, fuck them. That is, they're projecting is what I think the point we want to make.
they don't care. Right now, they're allowed to hate 49% of the people that they work for. And that's just how it is.
I keep hearing how he got a majority of the vote, and I always point out plurality. It's a plurality, not a majority. 49.7 is not a majority. That's my big comeback. Woo. So they're projecting, though. That's what we talked about. Everything they do is usually a projection. Because why do they say we stole the election?
Well, that was part of the election fraud, was
Right.
claiming that it was stolen. That was the whole...
And why were they
It's a
saying that?
genius. It's a genius thing. Is like, if you're about to do something, accuse someone else of doing that, and then you're the least likely person to do it next. It's very like...
Because they were saying we stole the election in 2020. Stop the steal.
Yeah.
Why? Because
Right.
they were trying to fucking steal it.
Yeah.
And then and Chris is right, because then whenever it's time for the Democrats to try to stand up and say, hey, there's something might be wrong here, then they get called what we were calling them. You see, it's like the reverse tax.
Yeah.
Well, there is a theory right now that the last election was stolen. Have you guys? Because they said the odds of them winning all 7 of the what do you call a state that's a toss up?
Dude, I know I'm gonna
Battleground
get a
state.
the battleground
Because they
states.
had a high percentage of just one vote on the ballot. They had
Yeah,
like
so all they're playing is Uno. They're like, here.
it's usually
you
like
want-
1%. And in Arizona, it was 11%. They just voted for Trump, and that was it, the ballots. And that's the easiest way to manipulate an election if you can somehow do that. Now, they're asking for a hand recount, but they're not going to get it because we're Democrats. We're going to go, nah, it's too late.
Yeah, and also everybody that if you bring this up to people, they go, you sound like them now.
Yeah. Because
they
Georgia
pushed it
was
all the
over
way
10% of this is a statistical anomaly, which may not even be enough to get a recount. I don't know what you have to get a recount, but a large
it's too
number of
important not to
ballots
just
with just
look
one
at it,
vote.
you know?
I would even.
I think it's just, you just have to accept it. I think right now, like, there needs to be a lot of pressure on like 4 Republicans. Like, we only need 4 of them to get have a come to Jesus moment to impeach and turn the shit around, like, to stop.
I'll tell you who it's not. It's not our senators from Ohio.
No.
They are sucked in deep.
But out of the, what are there, 500 in Congress and 50 in the Senate, we can't get like 10 decent Republicans to say, like, help save the like, it's insane.
No.
Well, here's the problem. You can only get guys who don't want to run anymore because their threat they're hanging over their head is, I will primary you. I'm Elon Musk.
There's more threat than that, Marv. They're literally, their lives are threatened. Like, they get death threats from the people, like the rednecks that live in there, even if it's not directly from the party, from the Trump people. they get death threats all day long from their their gun-owning constituents.
Their supporters.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Look, I support you, but I want you to know,
Yeah,
should
it's
you happen
usually
to
any lib shit.
hit the wrong voter button, we're coming there and we're going to shove a glass thermometer up your penis.
They really are. I think they're scared of those militias and shit in a lot of those states.
Well, especially since they just got reloaded when Trump let them all out of prison.
Right. They got 1,500 of their most brave soldiers to return to them.
You see, Tario got arrested again, and then he went up to where one of those policemen was having a talk, and he went there and started heckling the policeman.
Yeah, and followed him down the hall, cussing him out and shit. That guy's a fucking trash.
So
fucking
let's get
horrible people.
Let's get into what happened. What was it? Was that Friday, right? At the Zelensky meeting. What did you think of that, Chris?
I don't know enough about that war to like really dig in on this, but I mean, obviously, like we're not Team Russia. Like we've never been Team Russia. Not since, was it World War II?
Even before that, we've never been. They were
we-
on our side in World War II, but they were always working for their own.
Yeah,
purposes.
they were always. So at the beginning, they were with the Germans, and then the Germans decided to attack the Russians, and then that's when the Russians decided to join us and Churchill, right?
Yeah, friend of a friend thing.
Well, I know, yeah. I know that, like, because Russia's so cold and shit, like, they can stand it. That's why the Germans lost there. They froze them out.
I mean, you know, the Russians poured so many soldiers against Germany that was we were fighting the second forces. The Germans that they were fighting was like the main force, and they were fighting them. Like several cities, they just dropped so many people because in the Russian army, if you ran, you got shot. So you had to go forward no matter what.
That's pretty much every army.
Well, not ours as much, but yeah, I get your point. But theirs was literally shot on the battlefield. You know, I mean,
Washington did.
It was more forceful. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, they have a much more like you're raised to be soldiers in some of these places, like
right.
Always. So I don't know enough about the history, but I know that like we don't want Russia expanding. Like that's never been good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much more like it's just so clear that he's been bought by Russia, like that Trump all he's ever done is defend Russia. And the whole like he couldn't be more clear that the whole Russian hoax is not a hoax at all. It was never a hoax.
Again,
right. That's what he brought up in the. Did you guys see the whole thing?
Yes, he was like, oh, poor Vladimir Putin has been accused of helping me steal elections.
Like he gave a shit what we were saying about him in America. He had to go
like out of nowhere. Like every decision he makes is based on some fucking old feud he has.
He's got sundowners.
He hates windmills because at one point in time they were building windmills on a golf course that he didn't like there was some real estate deal that went bad because of windmills. That's why he's anti-green energy now. Like it all, you can trace everything that man does back to some real estate, like something that embarrassed him. Like
the suit thing was a big deal for him because I think he thinks that having a suit on for business deals is a sign of respect.
Well, that was one of those fucking guys. They gave up the AP seat to one of these right-wing nut job places.
No, when Zelensky first gets out of the car and meets Trump makes like two comments about, oh yeah, he really dressed up for this. Hey, no, he looks great. Oh no, he really dressed up for this.
Yeah, Trump did that, and then Vance picked up on it because he's just a little ball kisser, man. Like that dude. He was like literally mimicking Trump's body language. Like he read how to make friends and influence people, and he's using it to make Trump like him. Like
You
that's
know,
such a like. He's like a little boy shaving with his father. Like, please, Danny, like I like me,
yeah,
please.
he was definitely trying to impress, but Marv and I were talking a few weeks ago, and I asked him, I was like, when will the United States signal that we have turned and joined the axis of evil? And I'm pretty sure that this whole scenario, the minerals thing, the calling him a dictator, the all these little remarks and everything like that, they didn't want the Ukrainians to take the mineral. They never thought that they would take the minerals deal. They didn't think that they didn't want them to. They're going to try to bleed them for more shit if they can. This whole thing was a setup. Even the question in the poll was a setup. The whole thing, how they treated him, it was all to demean Zelensky, make him look bad, and then make it look like he didn't want to do a deal to the rest of the world when it backfired on him. Big time.
It was literally like in an abusive relationship, somebody will like bait you into an argument so they can break up with you, and that was exactly what that was.
Yeah.
That was like some weird manipulative. They brought him out there, they tried to dress him down and humiliate him, and then offer him this, give us half of your resources.
Yeah. And then tell
half
him
of your minerals. What is minerals? Like, what does that even mean?
I mean, that's like
specifically.
Well, there's specific I forget how they put it, specific types of minerals that are like worth more, like billions and billions of dollars, that again, you know, Trump wants his cut. So if he's going to do this, he wants a cut. So it's worth billions of dollars.
So I guess there's like, so a lot of people, a lot of his supporters are going to look at that and say he's trying to get us a deal, a U.S. a deal. Like those minerals, that money would go, but that wouldn't go into our coffers,
no,
right? They're slashing everything.
Yeah,
they're cutting everything that we need them to do anyways. We need park rangers and all this shit. Like those are important things, and they're cutting all of it.
Billionaires don't need those things, so the regular people don't get it. The billionaires don't care about park rangers. They don't care about parks. They don't give a shit as long as they've got what they need.
That's what my thing is. Like, why do we need all that extra revenue if we're cutting all of our services? Like, where's that actually gonna go? And also, they're just trying to fucking extort this dude. It's mafia tactics, man. It's like, hey, give us 10% of your stores, or else we're gonna come in and just bust your fucking store up. Like, that's the kind of shit. Like, we're doing that as a country.
And you notice he got really touchy whenever he said things will come across the ocean. You know, Trump
don't tell us what we're
gonna
feel.
Yeah, because Trump feels, and he's probably had this deal with Putin. You do what you want over there, I'll do what I want over here, and that'll be that.
I think it's an even sweeter deal than that. I think it's an even more connected.
It is. I mean,
it's an even more connected deal than that, because we're going to offer military. Like, I think we're going to end up not just letting Ukraine get taken over. I think we're going to end up helping do it.
I was actually planning on to bring a backpack and do a bit here where, I've already got conscripted to the Ukrainian front line as a Russian soldier. I'm going to be,
That was my big my nephew keeps fucking saying things like the other day. He goes, "Why don't you just go sign up?" I'm like, "Why are you such a child?" You know?
Well, they've already got North Koreans fighting for them. The Russians keep running out of soldiers.
Yeah,
that's such a crazy argument that people, why don't you enlist, or why don't you do, like, why don't you shut up?
You should say, why don't you?
How about Lee Greenwood? Lee Greenwood made a fortune saying he would gladly stand right next to you, and he never fucking stood next to anybody. He was young when he wrote that fucking song. He could have joined.
So before our very eyes, America did the heel turn. That's exactly what that was.
Oh, WWE him.
Yep.
He did the heel turn. The fucking rednecks will get that reference. All right.
Hey,
I think it
don't.
backfired a little bit because did you see Vance in Vermont that they had to turn away from his ski vacation?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
location.
You want to see a picture
Yeah,
of
they
that?
were protesting in Vermont.
that's too bad.
Yeah, poor guy.
They were protesting him or what? They just didn't want him there.
I'll bring up a
So
picture of that.
along the streets, there were people protesting
Okay.
in this Vermont mountain town or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, it might actually be the thing that finally gets a few Republicans to be like, wait a minute, we hate Russia. What the fuck is this? But it's so far, none of them will do that.
Apparently, Lindsey Graham was like before. I don't know if this is true or not. Like before the meeting, was trying to tell Zelensky, "Hey, don't take the bait," you know. And then after the meeting, well, you heard Lindsey Graham. He was like, "I can't believe he treated our president this way." It's just like, what's going on here?
Yeah, they all have to do their thing publicly. Like they have to. They're all playing a character.
Oh yeah.
They have to definitely do that.
There's got to be like, if there's not a moment where like everyone in Congress just decides to get it together.
Well, I don't. It's not getting there because they're still doing town halls. They're going to stop doing town halls because they've already been told not to do any more town halls because those aren't going well for them.
Yeah.
So they're not going to do any more town halls. Once they stop doing that, and if people don't actually go to their offices and make it very uncomfortable for them, none of them are going to do anything because they're still their power.
I'm going up, I think the 20th. I'm scheduled to go to Marino's office. It's a fucking waste of my time.
What do you mean you're scheduled for a meeting with him?
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
He's not going to be there.
Yeah, he won't be there. We should all go. We should make it
everything I think. I think you're a coward and bullshit. I'm trying to say it in a nice way, though. But he's just a fucking toady. He's all he is. Bernard Marino is the scummiest of scum. See, he's trying to pass a law that says cars don't have to have emission controls anymore. Really, a former car salesman who still owns probably.
Hey, if we can stop getting e-checks in this part of the state, I don't care. Let's get rid of that shit. There's only 4 or 5 counties that have to do it. It's
he
fucking
just turned
ridiculous.
Republican right here in front of us.
Yeah, I don't care if they get rid of e-check.
It's heel turn. He did a heel turn.
The e-check is the last fucking thing, but that's one of those red meat. Like that's like one of those things that he can do that like people are gonna be like, no, that's cool.
I don't have any food, and I don't have a job anymore. But at least I got rid of the e-check.
Yeah. All the e-check does, listen, let me tell you something. The e-check just forces poor people into doing work on their cars that they can't afford.
I know it. My cars aren't listed in this county where I live.
Yeah.
They can't pass e-check.
So actually, like, if you're going to criticize them, Mar, find something that matters, because the e-check can get fucked.
It's just e-check bullshit. And he goes, that's a state law. I'm a U.S. senator. That fucking blows me right out.
You couldn't open with abortion or anything like that?
J.D. Vance has nothing to do with e-check.
No, you said Moreno was trying to get rid of it.
I'm sorry. Moreno's a senator, yeah. He's not a state senator. He's a U.S. senator.
Maybe I don't understand the system. No, they're
E-check's a state law.
Yeah.
The EPA forced it on us, so.
Isn't
that going to be gone?
So Chris, all Vivek Ramaswamy has to do is say no more e-check, and he's got your vote.
No, I'm not going to go vote. I'm not going to vote for somebody for it, but
he does want to get rid of it.
I don't care if a bad guy happens to get rid of it. I don't care. It's not going to make me
evil
vote
guy.
for
He's
him.
got some points. He's got, it's at least something.
The trains are on time.
How close do you guys think we are to losing the democracy completely? Do you think we're close?
Oh, we're very close.
It's already gone, Marv.
We're an oligarchy.
It's already gone. Yeah, in 2 years we'll see how the midterms go, but I have a feeling that that's when it's gonna really get
Well, that's going to be
like
stolen. There's no way they're going to lose.
They're not having an election. It's springtime for Trump. Martial law is in season.
They moved way too
Can't even
fast
spell it.
to fire inspectors and all that stuff. They're gonna. The first time we vote again is gonna be a learning curve because a lot of people got to get new passports and all kinds of shit, and it's not gonna happen. I don't think it. I don't see it happening for us. The
Yeah,
other thing.
did they
The
pass
other
that law?
thing is, Marv, I hate to say it, but the DNC is so goddamn stupid and irrelevant at this point. They can't. They can't even. They couldn't beat Trump. Like, how do you lose an election to that guy? Like, they fucked us. They
I
completely
think a
fucked
lot
us
of
with
it was.
Biden.
A lot
The
of it was
fucking
they
starts
got
with
outsmarted by the tech people because they went to Joe Rogan. They captured the young, stupid men vote who don't even know what they're fucking voting about. I mean, if they didn't steal the election, that's probably the guys that went in and only voted on one thing.
Marv. That's all true, but you can't. How much can you blame like a 22-year-old for thinking Trump is a normal politician when that's been half of their lifetime at this point?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that's just the other side. The people that are to blame here is like who the fuck. Like now that it's over, can we admit that like who the fuck thought Kamala Harris was a good idea?
Right. So,
I
and me and Marv
thought
have
she was
talked
going to
about
win.
this.
She didn't have a primary. Joe Biden was a bad idea the last time around. It should have been Bernie Sanders in 2016, in
I agree with that.
2020, and 2024.
I'm donating to Bernie still. I'm trying to get him. He's going around trying to fight back against all this.
So, Chris, Marv and I have talked about this and how that the paradigm has kind of shifted. That a lot of people think that since, I guess when Trump announced 2015, 2016, around in there, that the rules, all the rules have changed because everything before that, it was never like this. But now everybody thinks that this is the way it's always been. And they don't understand, especially new voters, they don't understand that how it used to be compared to how it is now.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you're a 21-year-old white guy right now, Trump has been in the news since you were 11. And I mean, even for us, like I'm 44, I've been watching him since the 80s. Like he's been part of culture for 40 something years. If you're like somebody in their early 20s, you think this is normal politics and it's fucking insane.
Yeah, and if all your dumb teenage buddies are like, oh, Trump said something funny, it's so cool, you own that guy. It's in your brain that Trump is cool.
Are you guys hearing feedback?
No.
A little bit.
Or just that just the idea that he's funny or like harmless in some way.
Yeah.
There's also like dudes in their early 20s. Like I have a theory about all these young MAGA dudes. It's like these are like white boys that grew up on internet porn where everybody's fucking their stepsister or some huge black guy. And they're coming straight out of high school with these insane inferiority complexes.
Yeah.
And being a Trumper makes them feel bigger than they are.
Here's my theory on
the
internet
guy who was doing the monologue last night. The whole thing was inferiority complex, all the way right to the end. His last bit was inferiority complex.
They're all victims of everything. Like it's just the whole victimhood thing. It's like yeah, like it's what they tell young men. And like you're not allowed to hit on women anymore, and you're not allowed to say anything anymore. It's like yeah, you can. I fuck all the time. What are you talking about?
Hey, there are girls out there who like little dicks.
Well, no,
there you go.
Yes, there
Some
are.
like
But
little dicks.
Here's my problem with internet. All porn.
I wouldn't know anything about that. But
here's my problem with porn. It sets unrealistic expectations. That's the whole problem. No plumber gets there that fast. Never happens.
All right. That's Marv with a joke he wrote in 1984.
No plumber ever gets
there. We should do that. We should do that as a sketch. Joke hero. There you go.
What's a joke?
You could have Carlin.
You save old jokes? Is that?
But I mean, that is the root of it. But I think that's in hyperdrive with like high speed internet, and these kids are like that's what they're watching now.
Oh, I know. We used to have to wait for a little line going down the screen for just a picture.
Oh, there he goes. He's hitting Joke Hero again.
What's Joke Hero? I'm gonna Google it, motherfucker. Joke Hero. What the fuck is that?
Put BBC in that search too.
It's superhero jokes. That's what it's come up. Didn't come up. Doesn't tell me anything.
But yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Like they're growing up on the internet. Both parents have to work because nobody can afford anything. They're just latchkey kids now are like they're getting red pilled online in the afternoon. You know when
on YouTube just constantly.
Yeah.
What's red pill?
I started working out last year and just looking up a few videos on like the right form for a bench press or something like that leads your algorithm into like some of the most disgusting like women hating like Joe Rogan is in constant all that stuff ties into your algorithm. If you're even the slightest bit interested in men's health, like you immediately like you go Google stuff on like self-esteem or like mental health issues for men or anything like that, and you get fucking Jordan Peterson, you get Joe Rogan, you get all these like
Bro code.
Andrew Tate.
Alpha. Oh, how to be an alpha.
Yeah,
Ooh.
all this alpha male
How to be an
content.
alpha.
Well, that's what Vance is trying to pull every time he talks. He tries to say that shit.
That's because Vance is a guy that sat on the fucking YouTube and went down that rabbit hole. Like you can tell in like a lot of the language that you'll pick up on in those like just the workout videos and shit, like it's all part of the like you'll hear it in these right-wing politicians, like the alpha, the soys.
That's actually what I had to tell. I got two boys, and that's actually what I had to tell my two little boys because they've been using it. I was like, guys, I hate to tell you, there's no such thing as an alpha. It's just made up BS.
We're humans. We're not. We don't travel in packs.
Hey, for the viewer that's watching this, Joke Hero, you probably knew what it was, viewer, but I looked it up and it says a hero made of dough wasn't the hero we wanted. He was the hero we needed.
Can we?
Is that what a Joke Hero is?
Marv?
Is that what a Joke Hero is? It doesn't seem like a Joke Hero to me.
Are you sure Marv has to be part of this?
I think you need to explain it. Do you want me to explain it, or do you want?
All right, we're back into what makes a man. I'll tell you what makes a man.
What was that,
You
Marv?
be there. You be there when they ask you to be there. You show up for fucking people. You say, "Hey, I'm having a comedy show." You fucking go to that show, motherfuckers. That's what being a man is.
Yeah, if you get invited to a comedy show on Facebook and you say like, then you gotta go.
You gotta go to the show if you said like. You said you liked it.
Yeah, being an alpha male means that you show up to Roast Battle on March 15th at 9 p.m. at Forest City Brewery.
That's what being a man is. If you're not a man, you won't be there. If you're a man, you will be there. Show up. Forest City Brewery. What time?
9.
9 o'clock. Forest
Be
City
there.
Brewery. That's
be
what
there earlier than that.
Like it and not show up, you motherfuckers.
All right.
That's what being a man is. And no one's disagreeing with me, so I must be right. So have you read any of my stories I've been writing, you guys? Little promotion of my own.
No, but you know what though? I've got a couple in the pipeline. You've inspired me. I've got a couple in the pipeline.
Are you gonna write some stories for it?
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you, Chris?
No.
How can you see me on Facebook and not see these things I'm writing? That's what I want to know.
I have 1,400 friends, Marv.
Ooh.
I'm not that's an impressive
that's
number.
Fucking a lot because I don't.
It's a lot to keep track of every one of them.
I know I'm going to ignore all my friends because I don't.
Here's $1 Trillion Dreadful. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh, you do? Okay. Can I talk to you about this, Marv?
Yeah.
I got to give you guys a second real quick, okay? I'll be right back.
All right.
Run away, kid.
You post real news, and then you post this made up shit that you're working on,
Yeah. What's the point?
and the are you there?
Yeah.
The guys, the dumb people that follow you, the mouth breathing fucking morons on your page, don't know which ones are which, and they just think you're a dumb lib that thinks whatever thing you posted from your satire site.
I know. I love that though. I love it when they think it's real.
Oh my god. What
I
are
really like 2 presidencies, 1 cup.
that's a good line. I
That
like
was on my sign at the protest. A lot of people didn't know what the fuck it meant. One old lady asked to borrow my sign, and she was holding up 2 presidencies, 1 cup. A real old lady. But you know what? I found out she's a year younger than me. But I thought this old lady wanted to use my sign. I said, "Oh, you're younger than me."
do they do you know if they got all those people to stop eating cats and dogs, right?
I'm pretty sure they stopped deporting everybody. So he misspelled martial law, so they just gave him 2 handguns. That was his joke here. This was the Vance story I was talking about. He tells young men what it means to be a man.
He did do that, is true. Or he tried to.
Here's what I said he said. I might have misquoted him. His mascara, he wears mascara, right?
There's something going on, yeah.
Eyeliner.
Something.
He complete with the added bonus of looking like a rock star. That's what I said. He looks like a rock star who just finished a tearjerker concert.
He's
He says, if you're strolling down the street and you spot a lonely 3-cushion couch being tossed out, do not avert your gaze.
Gays.
Gay. I should have changed it to that. If that couch is whispering sweet nothings to you, own it like a true champion. That's what being a man is, Chris. Who hasn't fucked a couch? Tell me.
Let he who hasn't fucked a couch cast the first stone. Most embarrassing Ohioan since Jeffrey Dahmer.
I love that line. I want to write a story about that.
The difference between JD Vance and Jeffrey Dahmer is that Jeffrey Dahmer ate black guys and JD Vance sucked off 8 black guys.
It sucked that he killed 8 black guys, and your other version is he sucked off 8 black guys. Just move the word suck. John, you got to hear that. Say it again, Chris.
Marv just rewrote the joke in real time.
Hey, I can make it less funny.
Well,
Welcome to the show.
Well, it sucks that Jeffrey Dahmer ate black guys. JD Vance sucked off 8 black guys.
Oh, that's comedy gold, Jerry. That's like the Ovaltine joke.
There was I heard Norm Macdonald talk about that one time. Is that his favorite kind of joke was a joke where the punchline was almost the same words as the setup, where you just had to change a word around and to make it a good joke.
So are you saying that he meant to say instead of fucking a couch, every time he said couch, it was a black guy?
It was Tim Couch.
Kentuckian. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Racist Marv.
Tim Couch, the football player, right? Wasn't that a?
Yeah.
Was that a guy?
He's a white guy from Kentucky.
He's
still on Cleveland Sports Show podcast. Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. You ever watch it? No, you guys don't like sports, do you?
He has a hard time sitting down, though.
Well, let's not make fun of
Yeah, it's not his fault. It's JD Vance.
What I showed him, John, was this story that I wrote.
Took a stray there.
Because it met the conversation.
Teary-eyed.
Basically, it's about you should fuck a couch when you have yellow.
Oh yeah. You should fuck a couch.
Fuck a couch. Always. That's a given in life, I think. Always fuck a couch.
Yeah, apologize to Tim Couch. You didn't mean to take it. It was reverse.
Yeah, we don't mean it. Yeah, we did mean that.
Yeah, we'll take that out.
I think we did mean it.
Yeah, well, in a way, yes, but
I meant it.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Sue
fuck
me.
any.
Sue me. Wait
I just
6
meant
months.
maybe the positioning might have been different. Is all I'm
I'm
saying.
not fucking any Cleveland Brown ex-quarterback. That's too.
If that makes you mad, wait 6 months and start attacking me on somebody else's YouTube
Right.
channel.
In this scenario,
Chris got people banned off of my page. That's how fucked up Chris is. Chris got people banned from my page. That's how fucking infuriating he is to people.
most of these people, I don't really. I see. Guys, I go on Facebook. I see some of your arguments with these people, and it's not that I wouldn't want to necessarily engage or yell at him or anything. I just don't want to waste my time yelling into a fucking.
That's why they
vet
get
who's
blocked
imbecile.
eventually, because it's so tiring.
That's because Marv tries to have real arguments with them.
It's my family. They show up, and I said, "Oh, it's hard to block your family."
I did that 9 years ago. I tried to have legitimate arguments with these people, and it's fruitless. They only get more red pilled if you argue with them. I go straight to cussing them out now because
But they're so sensitive.
Well,
They're so
exactly.
Here's
sensitive.
where it started with my cousin, my nephew. We were at Christmas dinner, and he goes, "Yeah, but you just hate all Republicans." What? I vote. The mayor of Norton is a Republican. I vote for him because
It's such a stupid argument, anyways. Like, you're just saying that because you don't like Trump. Like, why do you?
Yeah.
think, how stupid do you think I am? Like, I don't like him for these reasons. Like, there's reasons.
Yeah.
It's not just like that's their whole argument too. Like that's why COVID was as bad as it was. They said no, it's not real. You're just making this up to make Trump look bad. That was the whole
Like he's innocent, like he's just poor, like he never has done anything wrong. But the one thing, the one thing I'll give him credit for that he won't ever take credit for is Operation Warp Speed and the vaccine. But
Yeah,
he
he does
won't
take
take credit for it.
He doesn't
Actually,
deserve it anyways. He didn't.
He doesn't.
All he did was sign something and allowing it to happen.
He don't know any of those executive orders he's signing is until they tell him, "Oh, plastic straws. Yeah, I hate plastic straws. I love plastic straws. Let's get rid of the straws. I did that." And Chris, that's going to be like the e-check for you. There's a guy sitting around going, "Thank God,
Yeah.
Donald Trump got rid of paper straws."
That's what I voted for.
There's stuff he gives supporters that's like just to have, I think just so they can argue with you and go like, well, he did this. Like, remember he signed that thing that made it like a federal violation to abuse animals?
No, I didn't know he did that.
No.
Like every once in a while they'll do something that like nobody can really argue with.
Yeah,
And
because
it's like, okay, like that doesn't make him
like
good.
some of the stuff he signs is already what it is.
Yeah, it's already happening.
It was
Like,
already
lots
against the
of-
law to hurt animals.
Yeah, like it was funny whenever people were saying it was like, oh, he's given to HBC. If he hated black people, he wouldn't give any money to HBCU.
1/10 of what Biden gave, by the way.
Right.
1/10.
Yeah.
So we know that there's like basically a billionaire cabal that is controlling this country. How and people try to do this. I think it was was it February 28th where they tried to not spend money or something, which was kind of hard.
Yeah, I didn't. I only
But-
went to a local place on that day. I went out that night, but it was a local place.
How are we going to do because I'm getting rid of Amazon Prime. I'm trying to figure out how to get everything together to get rid of that and some of the other things. What are you guys doing? And it's gonna be hard if you're gonna do this. But is anybody participating in a billionaire blackout? And not spend money at these places?
Well,
I don't
about Amazon
honestly.
Prime. You can
I
go to
don't.
eBay.
I don't spend. I spend most of my money at the sub place across the street from me, which is a
Direct
local.
local.
Yeah. So I don't. I don't
I
know what I
think
could do additionally. I
I
do
think the
have
move to
I do
do
get a
is
lot
we
of.
all use the same Amazon Prime account, and that way we're stealing from them at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a plan. I do get some stuff on Amazon. I'll probably stop doing that, but
Yeah, I'm gonna avoid Amazon, but I like the shows. I'll be honest. My son makes a lot of movies for Amazon, so I really don't want to stop watching the stuff that he makes and stuff.
yeah, that's a problem too. Is there's a lot of yeah, it's so ingrained.
His
It's hard
videos on
to.
Amazon Prime that he was in the movie, TV show.
They're like an earworm. Just
Yeah.
in there.
It's hard to get rid of some stuff. Like if someone says, "Well, you got to boycott everybody that," I said, "Well, that's every fucking store I go to." So I'm like, what hardware store doesn't support Trump? Home Depot loves him. Lowe's loves him. True
Well,
Value loves him.
but I think a local, like smaller one, even if the guy is an
They're about out
asshole,
of business, though.
if it's an individual owner, I think that's better than a corporation. Still,
Yeah, it's hard to find them. I used to go to a guy, and he's gone now.
they killed him.
He killed him. It was ugly. So something about they held him down where JD couch.
Marv has to find a new guy to buy tarp and duct tape from.
Tarp and duct tape. You sound like a serial killer, Chris Paugh.
I
You
know
don't
how
have
to.
You're dead when you get there. You don't even have to be a serial killer.
Yeah, I know. I don't have to do any of the work. I just remove.
Chris Paul, I'm sort of a serial killer because I'm going to kill these people and then they're dead. And I said, oh, he's dead. Oh, I wiped out all my plans for the weekend. Oh, Gene Hackman's dead. Shit. I was going to get Gene Hackman.
So, guys,
that'd be a good video. The worst serial killer. Everybody he plans to murder ends up dying before he gets there. Oh, another one.
So this week the drama continues. Guess what's coming up? Do you guys know?
Public beheadings.
He's
Getting
laying
there.
out Social Security, 7,000 people.
Let's guess stuff. We're gonna make the Eiffel Tower illegal.
They're gonna
Maybe that could happen this week. All those things.
We're gonna deport Oprah.
Also,
yeah.
Costco is going to be put out of business.
the State of the Union is this week. It's coming up in a couple of days.
Fantastic.
Such a great job. Everybody loves me. I'm your king president. Everyone says I'm a great guy.
Do you guys remember in like all the movies about Nazis the point when they unfurl the flags on front of all the state buildings?
Is that what's going to happen this week?
They're going to lock the doors. They're going to bring in all the people with the guns, and the Democrats are going to be like there as sitting ducks. And that's how it goes.
Tesla logos unfurled on the front of the White House.
Just big X's everywhere.
Excrements. Is that what you call something when you write an X? Are they excrements? Is that? It used to be tweets. But
martial law will be declared.
What do you call a message on X?
A tweet.
It's an excrement.
It's a tweet.
You still call them tweets?
Don't show him the respect of using the new noun for the thing.
I'm off of it.
He won't do that much for his kid.
Our podcast still goes on Twitter, but not my account. John, did you make the account, John, or did I? Who owns this account?
Are you talking about the Unsuitable Language or the Life is Hard Comedy?
Unsuitable Language 38.
No, you made that.
Oh, okay.
See, he doesn't even know.
Hey, I've got a lot of accounts. If anybody's, when you're a teacher hiding your identity, you never use.
Oh, we didn't even get to it. Are you guys selling your citizenship for $5 million to the highest bidder?
I would.
Is it a 1-for-1? Is that how that works?
I don't know, but I could get 4 million. I got I could sell a couple.
If only there was a couple guys running a child sex ring and misogynizing women constantly. If there's only a couple guys like that available that I could trade.
Man, did they just land in Florida?
They're not allowed to be in Florida.
Days ago?
They're not allowed to be in Florida.
Do you know that Andrew Tate had
Oh,
said that
yeah.
he'd been talks to Barron all the time, like that after the Butler PA thing that you know, he called to make sure everything was okay with the family, that they're close.
Hey, Baron, everybody okay? You need some women sent over? What?
That Barron Trump, the last few videos that came out of him, like he's got a smug fuck. Like he looks evil. He looks like like fucking
He'll be
Damien
part of the
from The
dictator
Omen.
family.
He looks like like just like his dad, but young and with years to work with.
Well, you
Well,
know,
he's
they credit him with getting Trump to do the Theo Vaughns and the Joe Rogans and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like it takes a genius to say, hey, I've got this guy with 50 million people. You should go on his show.
I was really hoping that kid hated his dad.
Right.
There's no evidence of that he doesn't, though, Chris.
Yeah.
He might be a true dictator and kill his own dad.
I mean, or yeah, take over for him. He might be our president for the next 80 years.
Don't be shocked.
Because we're not having real elections anymore. I think we'll go through the motions.
I'm so depressed. You guys made me sad.
Yeah, well,
I should go to Spotlight Comedy on Tuesday night. At what time?
Sign up's 8:15. Show starts at 8:45.
That's what I should do to get over this. Spotlight Comedy, 8:15 Tuesday nights. Madison Avenue, is that where it is?
Yeah. Spotlight Cleveland.
I could bring my protest signs.
You can. I encourage
People
that.
are with
You should
me.
just protest.
I did all my Trump material at the protest, by the way.
Hey, for an open mic, let me celebrate this. We've been about 7 weeks without anyone using a slur.
Hey.
So that's pretty good, yeah.
You didn't use a slur?
No, so the rule is you can use slurs if you're part of that group.
Spotlight Comedy? Oh, you mean on your page?
I can say faggot all I want.
Wait.
Has that been a problem?
Are you saying at your open mic, no one has slurred anybody for the last 7 weeks?
Yeah. We had 2 weeks in a row where a white guy used the N-word and then a black guy used the fag slur the next week.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I'm constantly complaining.
Well, what's a slur in your mind? Because I'm pretty sure I slurred there.
Well, like the N-word or
oh, I don't use that.
The F-word or
no, I don't
not
use
fuck. The other one for
oh,
gays.
so you can still cuss.
Yeah.
I thought a slur was
no, Marv. I was making a joke about some white guy. I think you know him. I don't want to say who it was.
Okay.
He was very drunk and like.
Was his name Marv?
Marty. Go ahead.
No. No, he's somebody that doesn't really do comedy. Like, somebody alluded to the N-word, and then when he went up next, he referenced it and said the word. And was like, why didn't you just say and yeah.
Because he's cool.
Yeah.
My funniest experience with the M-word is, you remember Kirk Robinson used to be the partner with Chris Clem and the Pretty Swell Guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
He was making fun.
I actually know that reference.
Hey, he was making fun of the fact that Walmart would replace the N-word and other words with a shotgun blast. So he got up to tell his joke, and he's going to go every time he's going to say it, right? But instead, he cut out another word and said the N-word. And they all, and he didn't just do it and keep going. He got like, oh fuck, he realized what he had done, and everything got uncomfortable for the rest of the time. He's like, I didn't try to get out of it, and he goes, I meant to go, but I meant. It was like when Jeremy Shearer had Michelle Knight at the show and he said, I've got my 14-year-old in the basement. I know what you're thinking. Keep her, let her go. In front of Michelle Knight, he said that. The room was like. No. Michelle, everyone's looking at Michelle Knight too. Jeremy didn't even know she was there.
Of course.
I was following Jeremy, and they came up and warned me ahead of time because I had a bunch of Ariel Castro jokes.
Yeah, that girl. There was who was the other one?
Amanda Berry.
Amanda Berry was at a show one time, and somebody had done a joke about that without knowing she was there too. I don't remember who it was.
How'd that work out?
Not great. Yeah.
Well, my new joke is now I accidentally did that joke in front of Michelle Knight, and it was pretty awful. I said, but she's had worse nights. So
Yeah.
that's empathy. That's my empathy. Clearly, she has, guys. Tell me what
You're pointing out that was
what joke are you most proud of, Chris?
that was the best part. Thank you for pointing out his empathy.
Chris Paugh, tell me one of your jokes you're most proud of that you should have never said. Was it telling Marty that you would...
I don't do anything controversial.
The guy runs the Roast Battle League International, and you're gonna believe he doesn't say anything controversial.
I only run the Cleveland part.
What was your best roast battle insult
that I wrote?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
Just pick one. No one's gonna.
My favorite one yesterday was it's just because it's so silly. Because like on the questionnaires we do ethnic background, and I battled Bob McClure, and he said that his Bob describes his ethnic background as being Polish nobility. which is true because his grandfather was really famous because him and two of his uncles changed the first light bulb together.
Your Majesty. What's your favorite one, John, that you tell or insult or whatever?
Oh, I you know what? I remember the last roast battle I did. I said about a guy that he forced a poor family from Beirut to come all the way to Akron to start a comedy club, but just so he could headline.
Mine was, I have to look up the woman's name because I can't remember. That's how long ago this joke was. You're gonna know. Terry Schiavo. You guys remember her?
Yes. Back to Joke Hero.
What is Joke Hero? Is when you save an old joke? What is it?
Marv.
We're just calling you that. It's not even.
No, it's a thing, you fuckers.
Marv, do you know what Guitar Hero is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're joking about. That's what you're doing.
I don't see how it relates to that. Anyways, my favorite one, obviously, it's very short-lived, was Republicans are so upset that Terry Schiavo is they're gonna cut off her life support, and they just want to feed her. And I kind of agree with him on this because I can't remember the joke.
God damn it!
I said they should feed her. She was a bulimic. That's what she was into. Feed her, then put a finger down her throat. Then people go, oh, and I go, oh, come on, folks, it's just a gag.
All right, I gotta go.
All right.
I got.
Come on, boys, bring it up.
Get other appointments.
I gotta present it. It's not gonna work until I present it.
Well, it's nice having you, Chris. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Chris.
Thanks for having me. How long is this show usually?
Wait, this is how all of our shows end. When we have a guest, they're like, look, guys, I got to get out of here. I got something else to do.
Yeah.
Can you hear the music now?
No.
What about now?
No.
It's not working? Shit.
So we got Spotlight and Roast Battle. Anything else coming up for you?
Nothing I can think of. Just follow me on Instagram or whatever. It's Chris Paugh. And I'll post everything we do. Follow the Roast Battle Cleveland account on Instagram too. We post like clips of all the battles and stuff like that.
Sounds good. Thank you, Chris.
Out of
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you, man. Now you hear it?
Here it goes.
Yeah, there it is. Good job.
Curb Your Enthusiasm right there. Am I a music hero? Am I a music fucking hero?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
There goes Dick sucking hero Marv Connor.